What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Show Bullet 8, back again. We got another stream going on today. Yeah, so as I'm starting the stream up, if you guys don't know, one of the things I've been saying a lot has been that Chrome has been acting really fucking strange. And even right now, at this very moment, it is acting extremely weird. So I'm trying to figure out what is happening here. It's only when I reset my system that it goes through and does this. And what's going to happen is I'm going to get rid of Chrome. I'm tired of dealing with this. It's about the stupidest fucking thing in the world. Sometimes I'll get pop-ups. It happened last night while we were I was running the stream, and you guys saw that. It's one of those things where this has gotten on my damn nerves. I have gone through everything, absolutely everything, to try and figure out what this issue is, but it keeps happening. I have everything set up for the videos though, and what's crazy to me is that I'm actually using Edge for them right now. But give me 1 second while I try and find out what this is, because what I'm tired of seeing is this popping up on my screen. And I think I know what it is. I'm trying to find the application that's causing the issue, but it's every time I close it out, it's something in Chrome. And every time I close it out, it tries to come back in. So that's why I'm saying I'm gonna get rid of Chrome altogether and then just stop having this issue. All right, GPU 3D, desktop reader manager, blah, blah, blah. Give me a sec as I'm still going through this. It shouldn't take me very long at all. Let's see, there we go. System interrupts. It's so crazy when this happens. But hey, beyond that, I hope you all are having a good weekend so far. Yeah, today we are going to be watching a few videos as soon as I'm done dealing with this quick issue. The idea was to start a couple of hours ago, and I know last night I said I'd be starting somewhere between 12 and 1 o'clock, something like that. But of course, work kind of, came into play, so I had to deal with things with that. And as I'm starting the stream, go ahead and reset the system, and this starts happening. So I'm trying to fix this really quick in order to stop this whole issue from happening, because again, it's more of an annoyance to me that Chrome is acting this way, which is why I'm just going to alleviate the annoyance altogether by removing it completely. But that'll have to happen, later on after the stream's done, tomorrow, something like that. And every time I think about getting around to do it, since it doesn't mess with me at that point in time, I kind of put it out of my head and figure that the issue is solved, or resolved, I should say, at best, resolved in the moment. But these videos that we're going to be watching, the first one is, as you see on there, it says Bored Ape Nazis. So a video was sent to me from someone, and then, as I said yesterday, I actually spoke to another person about it, and they told me, yeah, you should probably watch that on stream, kind of get your opinion on it, so on and so forth. Well, if you guys don't know this, so yeah, I have never been a fan of the whole NFT situation. With crypto, I did invest in it, made some money, got out of it, just done. As I saw everything about to happen, especially with the recession hitting, you knew that things were going to change up. But this whole NFT situation was something totally different to me. And in fact, when I would see some of the images that were put out there, it was really questionable to me. I'm like, who the fuck is making these, are actually making these images? And not just that, but it put me in a situation where I'm like, for some reason, they almost seemed very, they were just, to me, to say it, straight out and blunt, there were undertones of some form of racism in the images to me. Hey, what's going on, Ari? How you doing? How you doing over there? Yeah, I'll periodically check chat while I'm, talking and trying to deal with this whole situation right now. But it was like these tones of just not just racism, but insistent racism. And I'm not even talking about one group in particular. It just seemed as a whole. But beyond that, just from this financial standpoint of it, I looked at it as a joke. I'm like, you know, people that are buying into this seem really fucking ridiculous to me. And the only inherent value to something like this is that which we give as far as its value. Otherwise, it's just someone put a fucking meme out on the internet to me when it comes down to it. And with this one particularly, though, it became so big. And I think the reason why it became so big was because of the fact that there were so many celebrities that were pushing the idea that these had some form of value to them. But of course, people weren't recognizing the fact that, well, there's no real backing behind it other than the fact that you're putting value in it based on the idea that some celebrity was probably paid to promote that specific thing. I mean, that's been my whole thought on these little Bored Ape NFTs or whatever. But beyond my thoughts on it, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and watch this video and we're gonna take a look and see what they have to say, because the viewpoint of the video, from what my understanding of it is that this is the biggest fucking troll ever put out on the internet, and it's inherently has racism built into it. Which, if you guys don't think that people are like this, no food for starving people, they should get a job. Wow, goddamn. Well, damn, Ari about his shit. But if you all believe for any reason that people don't do things for idiotic, asinine, assholish reasons, trust me, you'd not only be very wrong, but you'd be very naive to actually believe that. This is starting to get, this whole situation with Google Chrome, I'm going to punch a hole through my fucking screen. Or better yet, because it's not my monitor's fault, it's not my computer's fault, it's Google's shitbag reliability that's the core problem here. I'm like legit ready to go and slap the shit out of somebody in their offices because this is stupid. But anyway, I'm gonna check one more thing on here and then we're gonna get switched over. Oh, on another note, if you guys are seeing this whole pink sauce online, this shit that's being sold by someone out of their fucking home and shipped to you via mail, don't fucking do that to yourself. You're asking for some form of a foodborne illness. Don't do it. First off, they can't even express what this pink sauce tastes like. And the people who are actually receiving it and trying it are like, well, it's like ranch, sort of like ranch, almost like ranch, just pink. Then fucking go and buy ranch. My reason for saying this is that some TikToker or whatever, and I don't understand how people are, this criminally idiotic, but they're purchasing this sauce that's being sent to them that is not regulated by any means. It's being sent via mail. It's costing like $20 to get not a bottle. It's not even coming packaged in a bottle, but inside of a fucking baggie. Next up, the quote-unquote nutritional values of it, they might have made an error somewhere saying that there's 444 servings per container, which that right there should just cause some form of like brain hemorrhage in you to believe that, this container bag of sauce that's being sent to you has 444 servings. All right, we'll chalk that up to, hey, what's going on, King Bryant? How's it going? I want to actually try the pink sauce. Well, I'm going to tell you why you probably should. So, not only is it the fact that you might have fucked up on the serving sizes, but some of the ingredients in there are not just misspelled, but more than likely outright wrong. But there's one particular ingredient that blows my mind that's inside of this quote unquote pink sauce, whatever the fuck it is, but it's milk. Now, let me explain something to you. If you drink milk, you should know that you can't leave milk out for any real long period of time, all right? So you're taking this sauce that contains a base of milk, putting it inside of a bag, putting it inside of not a box or anything else, but yet another little like bag to mail it out. You mail it out, and this is not going in within someone's city, maybe a day or two or whatever. No, across the fucking US. It's not coming in dry ice or anything else like that. Do we understand what the possibilities are here with that being a problem? The fact that you are mailing milk in a fucking bag that's being shipped for long periods of time. What if the mail gets backed up? Now you got your pink sauce at the crib, no preservatives, nothing like that to try and maintain any form of stability. Essentially, you're getting a bag of fucking spoiled milk. Do you know what could happen in that case? Or you try something that's actually gone bad within that? Botulism. You think I'm joking? I'm not, because someone has actually already said this. Someone who actually works in the industry. I've cooked for a very long time. For shits and giggles, as I've told you all before, I've taken culinary courses. I had to actually get certified in certain things that if I ever decided to actually work in a restaurant or anything like that, I had to be certified for certain things. If I ever start up a restaurant, I'm already certified for these things. I may have to renew some certifications at a later point in time. That would be fine. But how fucking crazy do you have to be to buy something that's being shipped in the mail in the hottest time of year, in the hottest summer on record, which has a base of milk with no refrigerated packaging? It's crazy. And people who are buying it, all right, if you get sick, that's your fault. Let's keep it 100. You made this choice. And I understand the individual trying to start up a small business, go ahead and, gain something for themselves, for their families, whatever. That is fine. But there are guidelines. There are regulations that you have to follow. It's like there's a place in Illinois. I've ordered food from there easily. Since I moved away from there quite some time ago, this place, you cannot get pizza like it pretty much anywhere else in the United States. And I've ordered pizza from there. Cost a little bit of money. And I wanted other people who had never gotten to experience that, who had never gone to Chicago or may never go to Chicago. I wanted them to experience it as well. It came to me next day, dry ice every single time. Plain and simple. You can trust eating that. Not something that's milk-based, sent through the mail, and probably doesn't get to you for a fucking 3, 4, 5 day, week period of time. That makes no sense. So if you do buy it and you do try it, you're asking for a problem. And I hope the creator of it, I hope she gets everything in line and gets some kind of proper system down. That's the problem. When you start off a small business, there's certain things that you already need to have established prior to trying to, especially when it's in the food industry, you need to have certain things already established before you go off trying to push stuff out to people, because you're playing with people's lives at that point. That's all I'm going to say about that. And you know what? Toilet sauce. Wow. All right. I guess just thinking of all the good times being, okay, hold on. Buy ranch and add food coloring, and there you go. Pink sauce. Facts. But has so far showed me his son basically what he had to do. Blame monitor. I'm not blaming my monitor. Like, no, that'd be stupid. That would just be me being impulsive. King Brian, I see this chat, but I'm not sure if there was more that was going along with it. Well, it depends on milk. There's milk that can be in storage in room temp. Toilet sauce. Okay, not regular. I'm talking regular milk, which is what this is. And what you're probably talking about is dry milk, which this is not that. This is a regular whole milk based product. That's the problem. Essentially, yes, it's not just toilet sauce. You're going to be creating toilet sauce if you eat that. All right, from both ends, you're gonna be creating toilet sauce. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get switched over. I'm just gonna have to put up with whatever's happening here on with Chrome and not blow my fucking PC up, because it's not my PC's fault. I need to remember that. I'm telling you, at a different point in time, I like, trust me, impulsivity is a great thing. I mean, I still have it on some things. I just want to beat shit up. That's just what it is. And right now, if I didn't know better, my hand would go through one of these monitors, maybe two of them. The third one is an absolute no-no. It's massive. But yeah, all right. Now I get, okay, I remember us talking about this before, King Brian. That's something that, yeah, I get it. That can be a hard fucking situation to deal with. I get it. But you know what? As I said to you before about it, it's one of those situations, you know, understand where he's coming from, understand where the other, you know, your mom's side is coming from, things like that. Making choices, make them wisely. Always have respect for the both of them. If you have to ask the tough questions, ask the tough questions of them. But yeah, I understand, and you know, it's a shitty thing to have to see somebody going through that. It really is. It really is. And I hope that things get better for you, but realize that you have them both. And that's just all there is to it. Being a young man, you need to learn how to, at some times, compartmentalize certain things that are going on in your life. Take what knowledge you are gaining from him, realize the effort that he's putting in, and simply be happy with that at this moment. That's all you can do. That's it. All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the music, because we're about to start the video portion of this, and the music would just be very interrupting. Let's get us switched over right here, right now. Let's see.
It's unethical, the practice.
All right, let me know if I need to adjust any of the volumes, anything like that, as far as me, the video, so on and so forth. Oh my God, if this pops up on my screen one more time, I just might lose it. I just might lose it. But this first video is, first off, let me give credit where credit is due. So Fillion is the creator of this, and this is what I was just speaking about, the NFT situation, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and its ties or basis in well, Nazi culture. All right, I haven't actually watched it yet. It was explained to me by B, in fact, and the way that he explained it to me, he was like, "Yeah, bro, you really do have to, watch this. We just might be." No, I'm just gonna give my ideas and thoughts on the video, you know, based on what it is. So let's get it.
Of having inside jokes that are so fucked up to people who don't even understand them, and like and basically making fun of people to their face, right? To me, that's really what's fucked up, and it's more fun. It's actually more, to me, that's the crime here. The crime isn't that they're Nazis and they're racist, which they might be, and I'm sure they are accelerationists who are people who are just basically nihilists who don't give a fuck and want to see the world burn. And like, to me, that's probably a worse thing than being anything, because you really are anti-human and you're selfish.
What if I told you that one of the most successful NFT collections in the world was pulling off the biggest troll in internet history? No, not convincing people that this ugly shit is art or that it has any value. What if I told you that hidden within Bored Ape Yacht Club was a series of 4chan trolling, racist imagery, and white supremacy dog whistles? And with a deep understanding of cipher and cryptography, the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club are making a mock.
So let me say this. If you heard the beginning, what he said is he's not saying that they're, racist or Nazis or anything like that. What's being said is that this is like the biggest fucking troll that's ever been pulled off. And what I can say about this is that, in fact, when the video was sent to me, the person who actually sent it to me said, you are huge on code and cipher and all of those different types of things. So they knew right out the gate that it was something that I would enjoy, and they would be absolutely right. If you guys don't know, I've studied a great deal of things for a great deal of reason, because I think that knowledge is a very powerful and not just a thing of intelligence, but something that will teach you a great deal about life if you really take the time to look at things from the perspectives that they come at. So that's kind of the groundwork that's being laid as far as this video goes. Yeah, we're just checking them out. We're not going to join them, because if we join them, I'm going to go ahead and try and destroy it from the inside.
Of the entire world, pulling the strings of the global elite, including celebrities, athletes, actors, and influencers. This story is extremely complicated for many reasons. The problem with accepting the truth I'm about to tell you is that you have to have extensive knowledge of 4chan, internet culture, and symbolism to even...
Okay, and again, I'm going to try not to stop this too many times, but I had never gone on 4chan before until probably it was about 2 to 3 years ago. No, maybe 3 to 4 years ago. And the reason why was because there was something that had come out that it was heavily laced with the idea that the person put certain information out on 4chan prior to actually committing the stupid ass acts that they did. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go and check this out. I knew of it, I just never cared to go to it. And when I did, and I saw the shit that was on there, I was just like, come on, bro. This is like the epitome of what the internet is. A bunch of fucking idiots. People want to call it trolling or whatever. Me, I say it's sharing their fucking retarded ass ideas with one another and boosting each other's egos. What's going on with you, B? We just started. I had to, I'm having a problem with Chrome right now, and I want to like punch the fuck out of one of my monitors, even though it's not my monitor's fault, or go to Google and just slap the shit out of people. I mean, those are my options at this point. But yeah, we talked about the little pink sauce situation that's going on, and we just started the whole video that I spoke to you about. So let's keep it going. If you want, call me up on Discord if you want to discuss this, at the different points in time that I pause it. I'm going to try not to do it so much. Let's keep going.
Even wrap your head around this and understand the motive. The most important fact I'm about to tell you that you must remind yourself as we go along is that the entirety of Bored Ape Yacht Club is esoteric. By design, it is only meant to be understood by a select number of people with specialized knowledge. And as you can see here, it is considered based when others with that knowledge connect the dots. Almost all of the absurdist references present in Bored Ape Yacht Club are glaringly obvious to the in-crowd and are invisible to anyone who isn't terminally online. I might as well be speaking a different language if I don't prime you on every aspect of this elaborate cipher. Combine this with Bored Ape Yacht Club being valued.
What was that?
Over $1 billion.
God damn it.
invisible to anyone who isn't terminally online. I might as well be speaking a different language if I don't prime you on every...
So, let's see. Julius Ebola. I don't know if you guys can read what these say. Looks like, okay, some of these are names, ideals, cult, crypto fascists. Oh my God. Band of 5-bit binary. Okay, I understand that. On the Mad Gap, I understand a lot of the shit that's on there. Normies. Oh, of course. Trip. I almost said that out loud. 1987, 26. Okay, 1488, 1488, 6969, April 3rd. Okay, so I understand a whole shit ton of Wittgenstein, I should say. Okay, well, let's keep it going.
Every aspect of this elaborate cipher. Combine this with Bored Ape Yacht Club being valued at over $1 billion, and you have yourself the gold medalists of the Troll Olympics. I had my doubts about all of this. That was until I spoke with one of the top creative directors and internet artists in the world, who is an expert of internet culture, 4chan, and trolling. An artist who has worked with Kanye West, Grimes, and Tame Impala, among other creative projects that you've definitely seen. January 2022, a website goes live called GordonGoner.com. Signed at the very bottom was the signature of Ryder Rips. Ryder Rips is eccentric and is a trendsetter in every regard. He created the Deal With It meme, Dump FM, Internet Archaeology, and V-Files. When it comes to the internet, Ryder Rips is one of the most innovative artists of our generation. It's no secret that he uses internet culture and the nature of trolling to amplify his artistic messages. If there's anyone to educate others on iconography and the meaning behind art, it's Ryder Rips. And if I happen to be the founders of an NFT project manipulating the masses into asserting value on racist imagery, I would not fuck with him. For the past 6 months, Ryder Rips and other researchers have collected all of the data and sources that highlight Bored Ape Yacht Club's successful but depraved continued stunt. And I say continued because they still operate unchecked. 4chan is the gutter of the internet. Founded in 2003 by 15-year-old Christopher Moot Poole, this message board serves as a place where...
Straight up, this is the straight toilet of the fucking internet. No joke. Look, a lot of the people that are going on there might be trolling, just being assholes on a keyboard warriors, shit like that. But so many of them, you read their posts and you see just how much of fucking degenerates they truly are. And I'm talking like truly believe in the idealism of some of this shit. It could be the most asinine thing that breaks all laws of common sense, which we already know. Most people don't have fucking common sense to do enough to do the things that they're supposed to do on a day-to-day basis. But this right here, it is this are they joking on how it's 4chan, Reddit, it's Know Your Meme, Facebook, etc. Yeah, what was that? The human centipede. It is. Everyone's just shitting in each other's mouth and regurgitating it asshole to mouth. It truly is a fucking gutter ball. If you've never gone there, I'd advise you not to. But if you do, just understand that is where every individual on the planet's diarrhea goes. It's all in one place. 4chan.
Internet culture is born, discussed, and destroyed. Users on 4chan typically post as anonymous or anon. As they argue, the identity of a user adds nothing to conversations at hand. But the collective anonymous culture of the message board has devolved into a degenerate pit of despair. Along with anonymous identities, there is virtually no moderation. As a result of this, threads on 4chan spiral into some of the weirdest and most disturbing rabbit holes on the internet. So why even post?
That's where people drop their
as Ryder Rips described to me, Trolling is a sport on 4chan. This point alone is necessary in understanding the motive behind Bored Ape Yacht Club. Throughout the internet's history, 4chan has been responsible for trolling mainstream media endlessly. One classic example of this was when 4chan tricked mainstream media into thinking the OK hand symbol signified white power. The media ran with it, and as a
Bro, oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all. I have to. I remember when this hit, I was like, this is about the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. And it did. I think this might have been where, no, I think I still looked at 4chan before this. It could have been around this time, though. And I was like, this is a game that's been played before some of you were born. I remember being younger and playing this game. And every time somebody looked, bruh, it was a painful day for you. You might get slapped in the nuts, like dead ass. Because you were getting hit. It was a game. How does the mainstream media fall for some shit like this? But what ended up happening was there were certain groups that did go ahead and in their head, because the media had pushed it so heavily, turned around and tried using what was a child's game as a symbol of white power. I mean, this is how dumb fucking people are on this planet. Whatever.
result, actual white supremacists adopted it as their own. An internet joke that illuminated a problem with mainstream media, their willingness to post anything, was taken literally, and the meaning of the joke changed forever. Another example of this is comedian Sam Hyde being the ghost of Kiev. Lastly, let's talk about the benefit of the doubt. Imagine all of what I'm about to tell you is one giant coincidence. Somewhere along the grocery list of examples of Bored Ape Yacht Club being one massive alt-right inside joke is a point at which these similarities are no longer coincidences. Let's call this the tipping point. If I bring up one instance that highlights deliberate Nazi, fascist, or alt-right messaging, you may think to yourself, I see it, but that's a reach. So I ask you, what is your number? At what point do all of these examples become crystal clear in front of your eyes? For me, it was just one. First, let's talk about the apes as a whole. You don't have to look far on social media to see that many people believe the apes in Bored Ape Yacht Club are inherently racist looking. Remember, they could have picked any animal, object, or thing to make an NFT project. Monkeys? And really? Let me say
this. Even in my thought process on that, I found it to be a reach. Maybe I was just being oblivious to something by saying a lot of those images looked inherently racist based on the way that they were put out there, they were designed. And then when you look at the whole monkey situation, it is. Maybe I'm reaching on that. All right. So I can't even take that as any real grounded basis. So whatever.
It's a bit random, but we're dealing with deliberate messaging. This is not a mistake. This is Damon Dash, the founder of Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z.
And then, I don't know if that monkey thing is like, because what's the biggest NFT? The ape. Don't you think that's a little condescending to our culture in a little bit?
We were just talking about that.
I feel like, is that a way a nerd is trying to get cute and laugh at us?
We was just talking about that.
Because either way, you should tread lightly with monkey as it relates to our culture, because it's a trigger for us. And they keep doing it. So first I wasn't like, and then I was like, why is everything a gorilla or an ape or a monkey? Why ain't a penguin or like a panda bear or something? Why is
you
it
look like one of the NFTs?
To, disrespect us for years. So I don't know.
Caesar. Oh shit.
And language is difficult for a creative. That leaves a lot of room for exploitation.
Crazy.
So that means a lot of people that can understand may take advantage of those creators that don't want to
Caesar
understand.
was a G.
You guys realize, for the last 2 years, they got black people to invest in monkeys and dogs while making fun of us and taking our money from us. But Doge was going to the moon. When y'all get done, go look at Bored Ape Yacht Club and go see the imagery
different though
of how it's connected to Nazism. It's damn near the same imagery, but they know we won't study long enough to say, and now
And that's what
look
I
how
thought.
many
Some of the
billions of
images
dollars
were
they
like,
made
wait a
off of
fucking
us
minute,
and
there's
our
something
culture.
wrong here.
And then the music industry gonna come in with
I thought
more
it was
NFTs
my mind just
and continue to
connecting
rob
dots
us.
that maybe
All
weren't
we
there.
need is us.
The reason people have made this conclusion is because of
If you
something
guys don't know
called
what that movie is, Inglourious
simianization.
Basterds,
This refers to comparing
I'm serious,
ethnic
that was
groups
a-
to an ape
that was a
or monkey.
good fucking
Simianization
movie.
has been used throughout history to put others down in order to dehumanize them. You will see
Facts.
exactly how Bored Ape Yacht Club uses simianization to convey racist themes and undertones. But first, we
look
must
at that
understand the
image.
culture in which these apes were born. In 2021, Bored Ape Yacht Club was launched on
I really had an issue with that one too on the left right there. I don't so it's not just the fact of the image itself, but it's what the oh my god, I can't think of the traditional name for it, but his band actually says on it. That's a problem to me. I might be wrong because I haven't seen it up close, but and my kanji at times is kind of, whatever. But I'm just going to say this. From what it looks like to me, you know what? I could be wrong. Let me not say that. That'd be fucked up if I say that.
on April 30th, which is the exact day that Hitler died. The launch of Bored Ape Yacht Club was actually on the 23rd with a week-long pre-sale, and they sold out before the 30th.
Fuck it, I'm going to say it. I think it has to do with kamikaze on it. And no Japanese restaurateur, who are the ones that typically wear those, would have something like that. Trust me.
However, they made it a point to tell the New Yorker that it was the 30th. I have shown this picture to various artists. This is Bored Ape Yacht Club's main logo that they use across all of their branding and social media accounts. Not too bad, right? How about now? Most of them laugh
Laughing
uncomfortably in sheer
Jesus.
disbelief. The audacity to do this is mind-blowing. It does not take a genius to see that this Bored Ape Yacht Club logo is a direct copy
Bro, this is
of
going
a
to make me pause again. Yo, if you guys don't know what this is, you don't know your history. And you've never worked in or been to prison. That's some deliberate shit right there. If you don't know what these two symbols, I don't think you guys can see my my cursor. You know what? I wonder if I can turn my I have to be able to turn my cursor on here. How do I turn it on? Give me a second. Because I want you guys to see exactly what I'm pointing at here. There we go. Capture cursor. Oh my God. Okay. Now you should be able to see my cursor. If you guys don't know what this is right here, they're supposedly lightning bolts. But what they stand for is actually SS, which is a rank in the Nazi military. Listen, this is fucking crazy. I mean, if you guys don't know what I do, the reason why I'm always working constantly, and I've tried to explain this before, web design, graphic design, I mean, anything and everything that has to do with online, I deal with. This is way too fucking crazy, okay? So the edges even are broken on this circle, which no graphic designer would actually do. When you create a logo, I don't care if you wanted it black and white. I don't care if you wanted a skull in the middle of it. I don't care. But that's way too fucking similar. Way too similar. And everything is set to look exactly like it. Hold on. There's something... let me keep going. I'm breaking too much time.
The skull and bones represents death and was used by both Prussia and Nazi Germany as a military emblem representing death heads. I only mention Prussia because that will play out later when we examine some of the Bored Apes.
The helmet.
Both logos also have 18 teeth. If you're unfamiliar, the alt-right white supremacists and neo-Nazis
That's where the
love
18
alphanumeric code.
and
The number
44
18
comes
is
in.
a symbol of hate, More specifically,
Hitler.
it's alphanumeric code for the initials of Adolf Hitler. One being A,
They loved
8 being
code
H.
back at that
One thing
point.
to note is that
Still to
both
this day,
logos also have a
military
rough
code
edge,
is
which is uncommon in
humongous
circular
amongst every
emblems.
nation.
It's just another characteristic that demonstrates they knew what they were copying. Bored Ape Yacht Club was created by a company called Yuga Labs. Like everything in this project, the name has meaning. A little bit about us to start off the new year and what's
villain in
coming.
Zelda
What's the
whose
inspiration behind the name
can
Yuga
turn himself
Labs?
and others
We're
into
nerds,
3D art.
and Yuga is the name of a villain in Zelda whose ability is that he can turn himself and
In
others
what
into
fucking
2D
Zelda game?
art. It made sense for an NFT company. When I heard this,
I've
I
played
was
almost-
confused. I've played just about every Legend of Zelda game, and
Okay,
I could not
that's the
remember for the
question I
life of
got.
me who Yuga
Ganon
was.
was
You
the
see,
motherfucker
Yuga
that-
is a boss in The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, the 17th installment of the Zelda franchise, available only on the Nintendo 3DS. If you're
Okay.
a self-proclaimed nerd or
I have not
gamer,
played
you
that.
wouldn't
All right.
source your name from the most obscure Zelda game ever, let alone a game for the 3DS. Everyone knows that Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess,
Gangster
and
right
even
there. Them
Breath of the
games,
Wild
gangster.
are the greatest games in the franchise. I could believe Ganon Labs, after the main antagonist throughout the entire
think somebody
series,
already has that
Ganondorf,
name,
but
Ganon
Yuga?
Labs.
I'm not buying it. There is a specific reason they pick the name Yuga. On Yuga Labs' website, they pay homage to another project called the Hash Masks. This project was made by a Swiss company known as Suumkuik Labs. This phrase, meaning to each their own, was on the gate of the
It's a
Buchenwald
Nazi-
concentration camp.
Yeah,
This
it is
phrase
not
was
saying.
also used on the face of Prussian helmets. And Yuga Labs loved Suumkuik so much that they even took their exact terms of service. Yuga has an entirely different meaning. The phrase Kali Yuga stems from Hinduism, and it refers to an age of conflict or darkness.
What is the period we're in now? Because it seems like it's coming to an end.
This is Kali Yuga, man.
Like,
This is some weird shit that was predicted by the Bhagavad Gita. This is
Guder
the end of
Damarong,
times.
Battle of the Gods,
Yeah.
Ragnarok. Tell me.
This is what happens in cultures. Like they go through these pitches,
But it
these
started
ups
getting
and downs.
used
The
heavily,
earliest mention of
especially
this
in the US.
phrase in internet culture was on September 11th, 2014, by an anonymous user on 4chan. In response to people being upset over Gamergate. Anon replied,
Embrace
I know it
being
is
the
dark
bad
at
guy.
times,
Surf
but you
the
just gotta
Kali
learn to enjoy it, man. Embrace being the bad guy. Surf the Kali Yuga. Since then, the phrase spread like wildfire among the alt-right. First, it was made into a t-shirt by Vincent Vauquelin, who founded the French Dissent, an alt-right political party that operated from 2011 to 2021. Apparently, alt-right meme merch went hard, and the new design of the shirt in 2016
Fuck!
featured a
Wait a minute. Yo, no. People are fucking out of their mind. This is the when I said this at the beginning, my head is literally starting to fucking hurt right now. When I said at the very beginning, I studied a lot of things for a lot of reasons. I think that knowledge is a very, very powerful thing. To see those two things together on a shirt, and I know that has nothing to do with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, but it's creating precedence, I guess, throughout this video. To see that on a shirt and to know that people wore these. I have seen people with the whole surf the Kali Yuga. Like, you don't even understand what it is that you're buying, what you're putting on your body. And some of these are the same people that are out there like, people shouldn't act like this with one another. They should be kind to one another. These groups all have rights and oh my God, and all this other shit. But then you go and you do something like this, pushing and promoting the very thing that you don't even have knowledge of. Now, maybe that's not your fault, but to me, it's a very ignorant situation. But the people who created this shit knew exactly what they were doing. They literally used a symbol from Nazi fucking Germany on the t-shirt. Except he's got sunglasses on. That's skull and bones right there. Come on, y'all. Wait a minute.
Kaf. And in 2019, a Telegram group called Kali Yuga Surfing
Telegram,
Club
go
was
fucking
created.
figure.
See anything weird here? The Kali Yuga is one of the cornerstones of traditionalist ideology that was preached by René Guénon, a French occultist and philosopher
This
who is
dude-
credited for introducing the Kali Yuga to the West. During his life, Guénon moved to Egypt, became Muslim, and preached traditionalism, which consisted
Now-
of extreme anti-Semitism and an admiration.
Let me explain something. I don't like that the term traditionalism is being used there. However, I understand why it is. And do not discredit all of the Muslim faith. No, I am not Muslim. If you fuck asses sit here and think, oh, he must be Muslim. No, I am not. If I explain to you my beliefs, they would probably make your fucking head explode. Because in all actuality, let me get beyond that. Whatever. Do not go and attach the all Muslim religion based on, and you have to understand there's two realms that most Muslims live within, and sides, and Shiite, Sunni, and all these other things. But traditionalism has some ground basis in the ideas of the way that people should live, just the same as the Bible does. There are traditionalism ideas in there as well. The Christian Bible. But this part of it, nah, this is kind of fucked up. When you're preaching anti-Semitism and different things like that, yeah, that's fucked up.
For ancient societies, which included hierarchies of class and gender. Guénon and Italian-born Nazi sympathizer Julius Evola are both revered and memed on 4chan. You'll find threads in the literature and political boards placing these two on a pedestal and recommending their works for a sense of woke pseudo-intellectualism. Often messages will be left with PBUH, which means peace be upon him, a common Arabic phrase. You see, surfing the Kali Yuga manifested itself on Pole. It became a repeated phrase and dog whistle among users. In fact, embracing the darkness, or surfing the Kali Yuga, is a phrase that the alt-right has adopted in order to communicate a sense of collective. This might melt your brain, but stay with me. It's impossible to show the masses exactly what the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club are doing without understanding Chan culture, or how 4chan acts as a think tank and hive mind. One of the worst aspects of Chan culture is pseudo-intellectualism. What you have is a bunch of trolls who haven't seen the light of day, that have collectively convinced themselves they are based, woke, and have the answers to this world. They find solace in knowing specific information compared to normal people
no one
or
else
normies.
does.
This is why it's considered
Earth is
esoteric.
flat.
As a result of this, you have pockets of deranged people who study old texts, scriptures, and societies in order to extract archaic values and worship them. The founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club are
But they're doing it to push their own ideas without actually having any real understanding to which the basis of it, where it comes from.
permanently online, smart assholes. I hate to admit it. The founders are clever, and I mean really fucking clever. The four founders are Gordon Goner, Emperor Tomato Ketchup, Gargamel, and No Sass. You may be wondering, why do they all have obscure Xbox Live gamer tags? Well, if you think this is innocent, you're
Hold up. Now that this video is fucking with me, because now it's got me looking at things in a different way, and I don't like it because I'm about to. The two things that are sticking out to me is, well, Gordon Goner, kind of, but not really. But the ones that's really sticking out to me is Sass, because there's basis in Nazi culture of that. Again, look, beyond studying this, when you know people who are Nazis, or if you've ever worked in, been to prison, you learn a lot of fucked up shit about people and their brains. But then the other one, I might be wrong on this though. The Garga, I know that's like going with like Gargamel or something like that from the Smurfs, but why really that would be a problem if it is Gargamel? I don't know, but the Emperor tomato ketchup situation, I'm like, there's two things that I can think of, and one of them. So in the United States, if you go on IMDb, it tells you like all of the movies that have essentially been created throughout sort of history, especially in as far as the U.S. And Hollywood and stuff like that. One of the movies was banned because of the racist tones that it had in it, and then in Japanese culture, I want to say that that is a movie that was actually banned as well. There's two movies that I know of that were like some of the first. I mean, it was like the first films that were created, and they were banned because of their ideals. Let's keep going. I'm sorry.
I'm not
keep
ready for
pausing.
this.
Holy
Number
shit.
1, Emperor Tomato Ketchup, Karem Adelaide, software engineer. On the surface, Emperor Tomato Ketchup sounds like a Fortnite skin. In reality, Emperor Tomato Ketchup is the name of a 1971 film that is banned across the world for containing child pornography. It's about children overthrowing adults and establishing their own supremacy, in which a young boy in a fascist uniform sexually assaults a grown woman. And if you were to ask Tomato himself, he would say he got the name from a Stereolab album, which got its name from the film. Another example of plausible deniability. Number 2, Gargamel.
But dude,
Greg Solano, MFA
if you know
in
that,
writing.
you know what
If
it's about.
anyone
How
is
do you keep
familiar
that
with the
name?
Smurfs, then the name Gargamel might ring a bell. Gargamel is the antagonist who turns sentient beings into money. He is widely known as an anti-Semitic depiction of a Jewish stereotype. And as Ryder Rips pointed out, 4chan also uses the term Gargamel to describe Jewish people. A reoccurring theme that you'll notice is that this entire umbrella of Bored Ape Yacht Club trolling stems from 4chan behavior, which is based on inserting enough absurdity to create plausible deniability. Gargamel is smart, but he's a little sloppy. According to his Reddit post history, he posted a 4chan crypto meme before Bored Ape Yacht Club was even live yet, confirming that he's at least aware of the culture or uses 4chan. Greg Solano, or Gargamel, was a literature major in college and wrote his thesis paper on 2666, which is a book that takes place in Nazi Germany with a main character named after Nazi SS doctor Hans Reiter. He even expressed on his now defunct blog that he wanted to write a fiction novel that blends real history with imaginative events, which is similar to Roberto Bolaño's 2666. This could be a stretch, but I'm reminded here of your writing backgrounds. Do you think there's any parallel between your big conceptual breakthrough to design NFTs for what interests you, not some target demo, and the idea that in writing, sometimes the best stuff comes from channeling what you really want to see, not what some theoretical reader wants? Gargamel says, ever since the Bored Ape Yacht Club, we've seen like 1,000 different avatar collections come up, and a lot of them are really cool. But what we think was special and what people could kind of read on top of ours is that we didn't just throw 3D glasses onto apes, and we didn't have a long essay on exactly what this was, but we knew what it was. It's like,
wait a minute, let the unutterable be conveyed unutterably. I need you guys to understand something. This is dead ass serious right here. The shows that you watch, anime, even, especially on some levels, the creators, the writers of these, they know what the fuck they're doing. When I was younger, I used to love writing, and it was always this thing of I might start a story at the beginning, and sometimes I would start it at the very end. And the reason you start it at the end is because if you have like this super solid ending, you know where you want it to lead, then you get to play this game as you're actually reaching that end destination. The things that you put in there are sometimes partly you, things that you'd like to see around you, or just like sometimes it's just like the most horrific like nightmare that you've ever had and just bringing it to life. But then a great deal of times, every story and every movie has some form of symbolism built into it. And if you say the words to me, let the unutterable be conveyed unutterably, and the type of shit that you're putting out in pictographic form knowing you have this writing background, I can't be wrong. I can't be wrong in my thoughts on some of the iconography you're putting into your images.
Like Wittgenstein's let the unutterable be conveyed unutterably, or Hemingway's iceberg theory. We knew what this world was and why the apes are this way, and that somebody else might get a little tingle on their neck looking at it, thinking, yeah, this is kind of different. This isn't just random. In this interview, Gargamel literally just confirmed that Bored Ape Yacht Club is his medium for creative writing. First, the quote is cryptic, but it makes a lot of sense given the context of this project. Let the unutterable be conveyed unutterably. Dog whistles, hidden meanings, fiction writing. Nah, man, they're just apes with 3D glasses. You don't understand crypto. In this statement, Gargamel quotes Ludwig Wittgenstein, an Austrian Jewish philosopher believed to have been the boy who went to school with Adolf Hitler from 1903 to 1904. According to writer Kimberly Cornish in The Jew of Linz, she alleges that Hitler alludes to a Jewish boy who is believed to be Wittgenstein in Mein Kampf. Wittgenstein's entire body of work consists of cipher, cryptology, and solving puzzles. Similar to how Bored Ape Yacht Club is one massive puzzle designed to be cracked for the sole purpose of stroking their twisted fanfiction writing boner. Second, he states Hemingway's iceberg theory, which describes exactly what they're doing. Iceberg theory itself is also a 4chan meme. Greg Solano also has written a book titled The Cinematic Art of World of Warcraft. To say he isn't a sucker for fantasy would be a flat-out lie. We know that Gargamel is a creative fantasy writer. We know that he wrote his thesis paper on a Nazi story. And we know that he wanted to create something similar, blending real and fake events. He literally quoted Ludwig Wittgenstein and iceberg theory, confirmed that there is hidden meaning, and that everything is deliberate in Bored Ape Yacht Club. Prior to Bored Ape Yacht Club, Greg Solano even stated he wanted to create a Lovecraftian-themed NFT project. And if you know anything about Lovecraft, he was a notorious white supremacist, often weaving his prejudices as the basis for his story.
One of his animals literally was named the N-word. Like, this dude was a big time white supremacist. Fact. Stories, most people, I don't think a lot of people know this about him. Everybody loved the story. Like, all the stories and the imagery that he brought to life on paper, as far as the descriptions of the monsters or demons or the evils, at times made you kind of wonder, were you like writing yourself, your like, beliefs and ideals come to life?
The frustration that Ryder Rips and others have felt, myself included, with the public's perception of this criticism is immense. You can't begin to educate people on this when they're too ignorant to realize that they're being played. Bored Ape Yacht Club, in a way, is a social experiment in making fun of people who are easily influenced. Crypto bros and everyone who sucks off technocrats included. It is a commentary on the number going up forever, or the wag me crowd, which lives by the slogan, "We're all going to make it." This is a very real sentiment shared by thousands of people on the internet, which the founders of this project have profited off of immensely. All it took was celebrity worship, proper funding, fueled by a dystopian political agenda to get fascist propaganda on the world stage. Let me be clear, I'm not saying buzzwords just to say them. This is what's happening. 3. Gordon Goner, or Wiley Arano, also a creative writer. The third founder of Bored Ape Yacht Club goes by Gordon Goner, the same name Ryder used for the website, piecing this all together. This was done for SEO purposes, so that when you type in Gordon Goner on Google, Ryder's website pops up first. In an interview with Wiley from 2014, he stated, "The only book that I don't like is Mein Kampf, but I haven't read it." When asked innocently about books, he resorted to making Hitler jokes. Yeah, there's probably nothing to see here, right? This is just more proof that Wiley's
that shit on
attempt
purpose.
at edgy humor dates back to
This is
2014.
psychological.
In an
Like, straight
interview
up.
with Rolling Stone, Gordon Goner stated he chose the name because it sounded like Joey Ramone, lead singer of the Ramones. It should be known that Bored Ape Yacht Club's connection to the Rolling Stone is not random. It's through Neil Strauss, author of The Game, who is apparently writing about the subculture of Bored Ape Yacht Club. Gordon Goner is a full phrase anagram for Drongo Negro. Drongo
Wait. Okay, so
is Australian slang for stupid, and negro means black. Drongo is also tossed around on 4chan and Reddit. It's not simply a random word. It is also conveniently a species of black bird. Another example of a hyper-specific double-meaning term or phrase in Bored Ape Yacht Club. There's not much else known about Wiley Arano, aka Gordon Goner, besides loose leads that allege he's a crypto-fascist. And his dad is literally Don Arano, portrayed by John Travolta in Speed Kills. Both Gargamel and Gordon Goner are writers and creatives, according to the CEO of Yuga Labs, Nicole Muniz.
Can you take me back to the origin story of Bored Ape Yacht Club?
It was almost exactly a year ago. Garga, who's one of the founders, texted Gordon with, hey, let's make a NFT. So Garga and Gordon were both really into crypto. They were really active in the community, but they are writers. That's actually their background. They are storytellers, they're creatives. And so like crypto was this thing that like they were fascinated by and they like loved, but they were never able to actively participate in.
Right. There was a barrier to entry.
Exactly,
right?
exactly, because it was technical.
Yeah.
And they're not technical. They're writers, they're creatives, they're
interview is
storytellers. Like that's what they
after
do.
everything's
So
like,
it's entirely
started.
critical that you understand the context of anything. So the issue with Bored Ape Yacht Club is that they're not providing any context. The context that they've provided is that literally it's meaningless. They said that these are just apes in a swamp who like drawing penises
That's not what
on a
they
penis
said.
wall. That's the official story of Bored Ape Yacht Club from the mouth of Nicole, the CEO. Like,
that's crazy because okay, I get it. So she's asked this, but that's not what the guy said. They said it was intentional. Everything that they were doing was intentional. And what I was going to say about the interviews, I don't like these interviews, the way that people get asked these soft ass questions. Like, why is it always that during an interview, a great deal of times, like the questions are put forth to them prior to the interview. They want to know what they're being asked so they can answer in a PC sort of way. And if they don't like a question, it's pushed off, whatever. I'm like, I couldn't be that type of, reporter. I got to ask you what the fuck is really going on. Because from what I see, here's my standpoint. You answer me why I'm wrong. Like dead ass.
that's it. Like, end. Done. Like, there's nothing else.
They called me with like, hey, we're gonna do this thing, and like, just explaining the idea. And I kind of giggled and was like, oh yeah, I mean, but people are just gonna draw penises. And that was it. Like, I was just like, I didn't think anything of it. We hung up, but like the stupid thing that I said that I never would have thought about transformed into, well, what if they do draw penises?
Yeah.
And
okay,
where do people draw penises? And, it turned into, well, it's a bathroom.
Right.
It's a toilet stall. And it's a dive bar. But it's not a dive bar. It's a yacht club that's a dive bar. But it's in a swamp. And it's gonna be this like future vision of Miami. And, it's all of these like bored apes. And
if
they
this is
just
your
created
idea,
this like
you're not the
story
creative of
and
it,
this
though.
world.
Let's play a game of I Spy. The cover of this Rolling Stone art is a direct reference to Hieronymus Bosch, who painted pictures like these in order to hide things in them. Spot, the racist dog whistle.
Only thing I see. Ape hand. Ape hand. Ape hand.
Ape hands are a racist dog whistle, alluding to the practice of Belgian King Leopold II cutting off Congolese hands for punishment in not working hard enough to produce rubber.
They
The
became
Congolese
currency.
then started cutting off fellow African hands as it became a currency valuable to the
Yep.
Belgians in itself.
Yeah,
Never
fucking
underestimate
pissed.
the ability for Bored Ape Yacht Club founders to be this demented. Let's try this again. This is footage of the Bored Ape Yacht Club video game. See anything interesting? What's up with these bananas? Why is the bushel of bananas conveniently shaped like a swastika?
Hold up,
4.
what?
Sass, Zayshawn Ali. Leopold II cutting
I'm sorry,
off
damn, I went too
Congolese
far.
hands for punishment in not working hard enough to produce rubber. The Congolese then started cutting off fellow African hands as it became a currency valuable to the Belgians in itself. Never underestimate the ability for Bored Ape Yacht Club founders to be this demented. Let's try this again. This is footage of
I don't
the Bored
see-
Ape Yacht Club video game. See anything interesting?
Yo, god damn. Yo, why? Is that bushel of banana? If it's a bushel of bananas, I mean, I've seen the game. Was it one of the Donkey Kong games? In fact, like bushels of bananas look like actual bushels of bananas. That's fucked up. That is really fucked up. And I know people are probably like, no, it looks, it's like they're like in throwing star shape, whatever. Nah, bruh. No, I'm sorry. That really does look like some form of symbolism being thrown off there. What you guys have to remember is that the swastika in and of itself is a reversal of another symbol that was built on the ideas of eternity and peace. Hitler took it, swapped that shit around, made it into what we all know it as in now. And if these dudes are playing this sort of game, putting this sort of symbolism, I mean, for me, the fucking the icon, their logo, is enough. But that's only one thing. Now you got this in there too, and then the images, bro. Like, nah, something wrong. Something is wrong here.
What's up with these bananas?
Fuck.
Why is the bushel of bananas conveniently shaped like a swastika? 4. Sass, Zayshawn Ali, software engineer. The fourth founder of Bored Ape Yacht Club goes by Sass, and going off the theme of hidden meanings throughout their entire project, this is also deliberate. SA is the abbreviation for Sturmabteilung, and SS for the shoot.
Yo, I fucking knew it.
Staffel. SAS, or SASS, is the combination of the two primary Nazi military divisions. There are two possibilities that explain the behavior of the founders. Number one is easy. They are neo-Nazis. Number two is a bit more complex, and Ryder believes we need new terms to describe what's happening. In other words, this is an internet troll's wet dream. Post-ironic racism on the world stage. This means that this is a meme, but it doesn't look like one.
What's so bad about it is that being the case, how many individuals have bought into it, how many celebrities have promoted it. Fucking African American celebrities, Jewish celebrities, like, bro, a troll's wet dream, like this is beyond that. This is crazy.
There's nothing to indicate otherwise. This can also be described as pose law. It's impossible to know if someone is joking unless they add an LOL at the end of a message to indicate how it's supposed to be perceived. In other words, Bored Ape Yacht Club founders are layering on the irony of troll behavior to the point where it's just doomed. The best way I can describe it is beating a dead horse until the horse comes alive again and then dies again from the irony. February 4th, 2022, Katie Natopoulos, a writer at BuzzFeed, wrote an article covering the identities of the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club. And where exactly do you think she got her information from? Ryder rips. However, she stated, Solano and Arano don't appear to have any particular red flags, which, as we know, is a flat-out lie. Pressured by Guy Oseri, Kate Natopoulos ran a softball story in an effort to save face. The more degenerative side of 4chan, including white nationalists, enjoy participating in the cult of Kek, a metaphorical fictitious religion that worships Pepe the Frog.
Dude's name
Think of it as a
night.
tribe on 4chan who considers everyone else
His
not
clan
in the
was
know
Kek.
as normies. They wave the Kekistan flag,
We
which
were
is an
laughing
exact
about it.
ripoff of Prussia and Nazi Germany's war-mocked symbol. Their mission? Troll the liberals at all costs through meme warfare. By having shared symbolism and jokes, it is a way to communicate or dog whistle to other members that they, quote, embrace the principles of chaos and destruction that are central to alt-right thinking. The term Kek originated from World of Warcraft. When a Horde player types LOL to an alliance, LOL is then translated into gibberish spelling out Kek. This is because the two opposing factions in the game can't communicate with each other unless they are on the same faction. It just so happens that Kek is an Egyptian god that looks like a human with a frog head, hence Pepe. And guess what Kek was the god of? Darkness and chaos. Sound familiar? Surfing the Kali Yuga was not the only surfer innuendo that the alt-right adopted.
Some people just want to see the world burn. This is such a true fucking statement. No benefit to them at all. Just to see things be fucking wrecked. Get the ultimate laugh out of it. Get the ultimate hard on from it. That's just some people. And initially, I remember like seeing that whole Kek situation. I initially remember, that was a long time ago, but I thought on some line that it was a derogatory statement towards Jewish people. If you don't know what the racial slur for a Jewish individual is, I'm not going to say it, but I'm almost sure that most of us all know what that slur is. Please do not fucking utter it in chat. You will be blocked. I promise you. But originally, that's kind of what I thought it was, but it was something different. But at the same time, these assholes found a way to turn it into still Nazi fucking symbolism.